Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the album reaction. YouTube people, welcome in. Obviously, a lot of hype around Olivia Rodrigo. I wasn't buying into it and sour. Didn't even listen to the album. I was being a hater. Y'all hear that TikTok sound where it's like, it feels good to be a hater? That's me right now. That was me 2 years ago with Olivia Rodrigo. But I heard some of the singles. Vampire was gas. The second track, not as gas, but I do appreciate the fact that she was willing to go out there and make that like very fun, quirky kind of track with like the about the X type shit. So there's a lot to live up for when it comes to Olivia Rodrigo. She obviously burst on the scene what feels like overnight. I'm sure she put in work. It always feels like overnight, but it seemed like she blew up overnight. And the sophomore album is normally where overnight sensations fuck up. There's no other way to put it. They normally cannot live up to the hype of the first album, especially a Grammy-winning debut album. I'm excited to see what we got. Guys, follow us over on Twitch. As you can see, we're doing this live. Today's New Music Friday, but this is solely dedicated to Olivia Rodrigo's album. So if y'all guys want to be a part of the content, consider joining over there. Also, consider joining Patreon. If y'all guys want to see the complete uncut reaction of this, then it'll be on Patreon probably the day after, which would be tomorrow, Saturday. But other than that, we got 12 songs, 39 minutes. Already a good start for me. If you don't know anything about me, I hate long albums. I hate albums that are like 18 tracks and they're like 56 minutes. I'm like, bro, at least 4 of these tracks you can cut out because they're mid. But we got track 1, All American Bitch. Let's see what you got, Olivia.
I am light as a feather and as stiff as a board. I am built like a mother and a total machine.
Is that a harmonica? What the fuck?
And I make light of the darkness. I've got sun in my motherfucking pocket. Best believe.
Hey, so when it comes to like pop girlies, a lot of the time I don't like when they cuss. I'm like, you don't cuss like that. That doesn't sound right coming out of your mouth. Specifically, the main one being T Swizzle. Taylor Swift, when she cusses, I'm like, stop it, Taylor. You're not that bitch. You ain't built like that. I believe Olivia Rodrigo, though. I believe her. She's got like that, a little bit of darkness around her. She a real bad bitch. She a devil type shit. That was nice. The fact that she didn't say it, that's one of my favorite shits. When you know what's coming and then they don't do it, and then all the instrumentation drops out. Ooh, that bass is fire. Bro, this is fire. Hey, yo, this is like... We've come a long way from Driver's License, that's for sure. I feel like her voice fits perfect. It could be the production of her voice too, the amount of vocal stacking. It feels like Blink 182 style rock and All American Rejects and like Yellow, like that like early 2000s fire. Oh, that electric guitar is so fire right here. Ooh, and then the 808 in the back.
I'm sexy and I'm kind.
I'm just too old enough to be like, yeah, she's hot, but it's like weirdo for me to say that. That was the way to open an album right there. That's 2 tracks out of the 3 that I've heard so far that are in this like rock vein type shit. And it could just be because I didn't listen to Sour, but from what it sounds like, y'all are saying that Sour wasn't rock inspo, so she like went this direction with intention. It like leaves me wondering about the rest of the album, what it's gonna sound like. You know what I mean? So let's keep going and find out. We're just gonna let this one ride out because we've heard it already. And this is the track where I'm like, she got mixed reviews for this track, right? And when I heard it, I was like, I get what she's doing, but it's a really risky decision to release a track that sounds like this as the second track of the album, or as the second lead single. It's a polarizing track. Like, people are fucking with it and people aren't. There's really no in the middle.
Seeing you tonight.
It's a bad idea, right?
Yes, I know that he's my ex. We can't do people reconnect. I only see him as a friend.
To be fair, it's just like a very young sound, and I've been jaded by the world. I fuck with the vocal distortion on her voice though.
Bad idea, right? Fuck it, it's fine. Yes, I know that he's my ex.
See, like, the cussing sounds so natural for her. I fuck with it so heavy. Messy like 100 gex, my tism brain approves. Hey, yo. That's an amazing reference right there. It does sound very much like Honey Gex. And again, like these songs are only as fire as they are because you know that they're intentionally trying to make it sound the way that it does. That's the thing with Honey Gex. Like if you listen to them and you're like, what the fuck is this? But they meant to give you that impression. That's what I feel like about this track. Like she means for you to feel like that. That's a good question. I don't know. Does she write her songs or not? This part is gas right here. It's like the producer of the track was like got a fax, or they were trying to connect to AOL in 2002, and then they heard the tones and they're like, oh, let him cook. And then they put it on the album. I'm already impressed. Like I'm impressed with how she handles her basically instant fame. But if she writes all her own songs, I'm not going to discredit her as an artist because I feel like I did that with Taylor Swift. Now, like that I'm barely getting into Taylor's music, I'm like, damn, puts a whole new level of respect for the artist when you know that they're the songwriter of the song, especially when the songs have like amazing lyrics. Like you can say whatever you want about Taylor Swift, but her songwriting is impeccable. And I feel like I've waited too long to find that out. So I'm gonna start from scratch with Olivia. That track in the order of the album makes a lot more sense and it's a lot more pleasing to the ear than when you just hear it as a lead single. When you hear it as a lead single, you're like, why the fuck did they choose this song? I don't think I really care who writes it, TBH. Diggle, that's fair. That's fair, and a lot of people don't. With Beyonce's album, there was a track that had like 30 writers' credits. You kind of go in knowing that there's a higher chance that they're not writing their own songs. But if they do write their own songs, it's like, oh shit, I respect that even more. And I also think that because a lot of the community in our community is very much rap centric and focused, that automatically puts like this unfair requirement on pop artists to write all their own songs because that's what you expect of rappers. It's nothing against the artist. It's just that's the way the pop music side of music works. Like you're not writing all your own tracks, especially at this level. All right, Vampire, we're gonna listen to again, but this song is gas. Again, this is gonna be a really hard song to top for me. If she does, I'll be mad impressed, but this one hit.
How's the castle built off people you pretend to care about just because you want it?
The castle built off people you pretend to care about is so fucking crazy, bro. There's bars in pop music. I think it took me too long to realize that.
You only come out at night. I used to think I was
Bro,
smart.
the lyrics of this song are fucking crazy.
So naive, the way you sold me for parts.
The way you sold me for parts?
Bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire.
Shit. This one right here better be up for album of the year, bro. I mean, not album, record of the year. This fucking song is insane.
Do you lie without flinching? Looks, girls your age know better. I've made some real big mistakes.
Girls your age know better is so fucking crazy. But if we're being honest, let me tell you something, Olivia. As someone who's in their 30s and you're probably talking about some dude my age. Dear John, don't you think I was too young to be messed with type shit? For me, women my age carry a lot of baggage. And what I mean a lot of baggage, I mean probably multiple toxic baby daddies. That's like a 9 out of 10, bro. That song has only gotten better the amount of times that I've heard it, and I've heard it a decent amount of times. Let's go. We're 3 tracks into a 12-track album, Lacy. Let's see what we got.
Skin like puff pastry, eyes white as daisy.
This about Steve Lacy?
Ooh, I care,
Man, the vocals right there are
Like
insane.
perfume that you wear, I linger all the time.
Like the perfume that you wear, I linger all the time. Bro, that's so fire.
Aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist?
Man, her vocals are so insane, bro.
I care.
That vocal transition into opening up the production. Hey, yo, low key, this is definitely not an inspiration for this song, but just because I'm an old head, this highly sounds like Incubus. It sounds like Dig. It sounds like Earth to Bella, like all these Incubus tracks.
You poison every little thing that I do, and I despise my jealous eyes and how hard they fell for you.
I despise my jealous eyes and how hard they fell for you is a bar. That is a nice little like acoustic ballad in the middle of the album. Vulnerability of that track was so nice, like to be able to admit to yourself that you are jealous or that you like can't let this person go. You can't just let this person or this memory or whatever be. That is a very like self-aware thing to admit. That one's a hard hitter right there. Let's keep going. Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl.
I'm on the outside of the greatest inside joke, and
I'm on the outside of the greatest inside joke. Bar. Man, she's a fucking star, huh? I was homeschooled 2nd to 8th grade. This song reminds me of an awkward ass walk into high school. 100%. And that's like the vibe that the song is supposed to give. Like, it's an awkward level of, all right, I mean, I guess I'm just not going to have any social interaction. Then I'm just going to be thrust into a cold world that requires it.
talked to the top guy, swore it was his type. Guess that he was making out with boys at the bar.
Hey, yo, he was making out with boys. I'll tell my friends you're gay. By the way,
every guy like you stay. The morning after a panic. I got what did I say?
Hey, yo, she say that she a lesbian. Me too. Bro, that note is so fucking crazy. If I didn't know that Olivia Rodrigo was a pop genre artist and I listened to this album first, I would have never believed you that she's a pop artist. This could be on Guitar Hero. I do see that. Hey, funny thing about Guitar Hero, I always pick that one chick that had like that leather pants and black top on. I was like, damn, she's kind of low-key fine. Shit makes me want to be a high school cheerleader.
Stumbled over all my words, made it weird and made it worse.
Hey, yo, the static right there in the background is so fire. Bro, she's so fucking solid. That shit goes so stupid. I kind of just want her to be a fucking rock artist. Also, shout out the producer and the mixing engineer because the mixing engineer is going so fucking crazy. That track could have easily been shittily mixed because there was so much going on. Let's keep going.
Wanted so I got it, did it so it's done. Another thing I ruined, I used to do for fun. Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna be where I am, getting drunk at a club with my fair weather friends, push away all the people who know me the best.
Man. The fucking roller coaster of emotions this album is putting me through right now. It's like 2 fun tracks, sad ass vampire track. Another fun track, Lacy sad as fuck. Another fun track, back down in the fucking hole we go.
But it's me who's been making the bed. I'm so tired.
It's been me who's been making the bed is fire.
Every good thing's turned into something I dread, and I'm playing the victim so well in my head.
I'm tired of being the girl that I am. Every good thing in my life, it turns into dread, and I do that on my own.
But it's me who's been making the bed.
Bro, her vocals are insane.
Pull the sheets over my head.
It's been me who's been making the bed. I pull the sheets over my head. Like, I'm the reason that my life is the way that it is. I know that I turn everything bad. I've been making the bed that I have to lay in, but I play the victim. Like, I'm in this bed, but I pull over the sheets so I wouldn't have to see the mess that I made. It's so crazy. Just realized I didn't put deodorant on, BRB, when I did this. You get the vibes. Hey, by the way, spray deodorant, dog shit. Hey, how the fuck am I about to edit that out? Like, do I just leave it in the video for the context as to why Stream is laughing in this sad-ass song?
Can't stop at the red light, can't swerve off the road. I read some words cause my life feels so out of control. Now tell someone I love
My life feels all out of
It's
control.
just a distraction. You tell me that they love me like I'm some tourist attraction. You're changing my machinery and I just let it happen. I got the things I wanted, it's just not what I imagined. Been making the bed.
Oh, I thought we were going to get a crazy rock drop right there. There it is. The build up into the rock.
Sometimes I feel like I don't want to be where I am. Pull the sheets over my head, making a bed.
Damn, I love it that they didn't resolve the melody right there. Like the melody should have come to one more note where it goes blun, but they didn't. That just like didn't resolve the melody, so it leaves it uncomfortable. So fire, bro. That might be my favorite track on the album. I think that Vampire is a better lead single. Like Vampire to me is the perfect lead single to this album because it has like it has the very emotional, sentimental part at like the first 2/3 of the song, but then we like fall heavy into the rock, which is like kind of, hey, be expecting for this album to go that direction because I'm giving you a snippet here. So Vampire doesn't sound so far off of the rest of the album because of the rock instrumental toward the end. It's kind of like dipping your toe in the water of what the album's going to be like. So Vampire is a better lead single, but I think that song has more emotion. I feel like this song hits harder because it's like self-realization, you know, versus like, oh, you broke my heart. I can't control what I can't control. You're a dick. Got it. But I can control myself. I just haven't. And that's sad type shit. All right. We're 6 tracks through 12 tracks. How are we feeling about it? 1 to 10, where are we at? So far, I'm like at an 8.5, if I'm being honest with you. I'd even go far as saying 9. Like, imagine on your sophomore album, you decide to pull out this shit. She's a force, bro. 4 times platinum, the Sour album. This probably isn't going to be any different. I don't know if she's 21. I just assume she's 21. I know she's mad young. 21. Can you do something for me? But not you, Olivia. I'm too old now for you. She's 20. I was getting my driver's permit when she was fucking born. She was in her dad's nutsack as I was transitioning into being a young adult. Never mind, Olivia. You're not hot anymore. I changed my mind. 25 is the cutoff now. I can't go down the path of Leo DeCap. I keep getting older. They keep staying the same age. Track number 7, Logical.
I fell for you like water falls from the February sky. But now
From the February sky?
No, I couldn't get out if I tried, but you convinced me, baby. It was all in my mind.
You convinced me it was all in my mind is insane. Master Gaslighter. City Boys up. Love to see it, Kings.
Got me thinking 2 + 2 = 5, and I'm the love of your life, 'cause if rain don't pour.
That's on you. If I can convince you that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4, whose fault is that? Damn, now I sound like I'm gaslighting. But truly.
Rain don't pour and sun don't shine, and changing you is possible.
And changing you is possible.
No, love is never logical.
Damn, bro. Love is never logical. So, like, that's like the most gaslighty way of like, oh, I should be happy, but I'm not right now, but there's potential for me to be happy. I guess that makes sense because if it actually makes logical sense, then it's not love because love isn't logical. Somewhere right now, Future is smiling down on us. Sensational. She's brokenhearted? That's fine. That's part of love. Man, City Boys are just up so heavy, right?
You lied, you lied, you lied. Oh, and now you got me thinking 2 + 2 = 5. The sky is green, the grass is red. You mean all those words you said. I'm sure that girl is really your friend. Problems are all solvable, 'cause loving you is loving every argument you held over my head.
Ooh, this bassline 808 thing is gonna go crazy right here. I hope that this moment in the song, I hope that going forward she realizes and then she dumps his ass.
Brought up the girls you could have instead. Said I was too young, I was too soft. Can't take a joke, can't get you off.
Hey, yo, loving you was loving it. You bringing up every girl that you could have instead of her? This guy has got to be Future, right? Don't let him get too comfortable. You got to let him know that the fucking bench players have been trying to get in. That's next level shit right there.
Love's never logical. I know I'm half responsible.
I know I'm half responsible is so crazy.
Love is never logical.
That song's a 10. There's about to be a decent amount of breakups from Olivia Rodrigo fans that are put in this fucking downward spiral of a relationship, and she's gonna make them realize it. This is definitely a look in the mirror, bitch type song. Glad that she said that I was half responsible, because it shows that she is owning up to the fact that, like, yeah, he's a douche. Yeah, he's shitty, but he can only be shitty because you allowed him to be shitty. That was a crazy track. That's a 10. That's the best song on the album. Yeah, I feel the same, Low Mode. I feel like the whole song or the whole album so far has been a lot of internal reflection. The world as she sees it, yes, she can't control the whole thing, but she can control how she feels and what part of the world she steps into. And a lot of the album has been that, like speaking to herself through those experiences and what I should do or what I should have done. And that's why this album is hitting, I think, because I don't think there's any sadder or any more powerfully driven songs than songs about yourself. There's sad shit. Like, this is sad. Like, the relationship that she's talking about is sad. The dude's a douchebag. He's he's the worst, right? But it's also her taking accountability, where a normal 20-year-old might try to pawn it off and say it's all that person's fault, when really it takes two to tango type shit, you know? And somebody asked, has she dated Future? Nah, she hasn't dated Future, Austin. I'm just saying, like, Future is a very toxic individual, and his music is very toxic and very dismissive of women. That's why he's the GOAT. So I'm just saying, like, the dude that she's talking to would be Future's protege because how shitty he is. All right, let's keep going.
I met a guy in the summer and I left him in the spring. He argued with me about everything. Another song, another club, another bar, another dance. And when he said something wrong, he just fly me to France.
Hey, low-key sounds like Beastie Boys. Can't even lie. And like the vocal distortion, it sounds like it's coming through a speaker. I love this shit. This song is like before the realization of the last song.
So I write him all these letters and I throw them in the trash because I miss the way he kisses.
Damn, that guitar distortion is nice.
I pour my little heart out, but as I'm hitting send, I picture all the faces of my disappointed friends.
Damn, she literally just said that she thought that she could fix him in the track before. Like, how do you go from the emotional last track that the last one was to the very next song being the girl that isn't self-aware like the girl in the last song?
I wanna break his heart and be the one to stitch it up.
If I was in my early 20s and a girl, this song would be crazy. I want to get him back because I love him and I hate him at the same time.
Gonna love and hate me at the same time.
Ain't no fucking way I just said that. Bro, I cannot believe I just said it's a very love him and hate him at the same time. And then literally within half a second, she said it right after me. I mean, who's doing that? Who's doing? Not your favorite reactor, unless your favorite reactor is me. This song is way crazier than Bad Idea, right, to me. I like it's fun and there's like an excitement about getting her revenge. But I feel like the track order would have gone crazier and then would have made the last song hit even harder. If we got this, she's got this master plan in her head to get him back. I'm going to try to get him back type shit, right? But then she gets him back because he allows it, but then he just fucks her over again. And then she realizes that she's no match for his level of toxicity. If it was in that order, City Boys are all the way up. It's like, bro, just stop getting up. Wait for the fucking ref to call off the fight because you clearly keep getting knocked down. All right, next track, Love is Embarrassing. It sounds like Bo Burnham right here. Bro. This is her lane, bro. This is her lane right here.
God, how could I be so stupid?
That bass line is nuts.
World War III, Jesus, what was I even doing? First off, weird second string loser who's not worth mentioning. My God, love's embarrassing his hair.
Love's embarrassing fucking crazy, bro. It's so true because it's like you only realize in hindsight 2020 that like, damn, that shit was whack. That relationship fucking sucked. I'm embarrassed for myself that I allowed this shit to go on for so long. Hey, yo, man, the lyrics, especially if you're like late teens, early 20s girl, this music is like insane for you. I feel like this whole album could be about one relationship. And then this song is just like, you look back at the prior 8 songs and you're like, damn, how did I even let that be? How did I allow myself to be in that situation for so long? That's fire. That's now or never. Bro, why did I crucify myself for some second string loser? Loves embarrassing as hell? Bro, this song is gas. I'm getting like secondhand cringe from this song. And like the emphasis that she puts on the I'll give up everything. Like she makes it sound like she's fucking crazy. Like she's so delusional. She's delulu as fuck. Like she's mocking herself. Plan out a wedding for some guy I'll never marry? Hey, how many girls in their 20s right now have a fucking Pinterest board that is just nothing but wedding shit for the dude that they're gonna break up in 3 months and she doesn't even realize it yet? Hey, yo, Pinterest is surviving on motherfuckers who want to dress nice and motherfuckers who want to plan weddings. Austin, she's hot? She is hot. Like, would I date her? Probably not. Strong emphasis on probably. Just kidding. I wouldn't date her just because that shit would last like 2 weeks before I get annoyed at her 20-year-old ass. Like, bro, shut up type shit. I'm fucking with the album, bro. I'm fucking with it super hard. She's doing this with such ease. And her songwriting style fits perfectly for this type of, it's like toxic, but it's like fun. Like I'm just having fun in this life. Last 3 songs, we're in the final stretch. Let's see what we got. The Grudge.
If nightmares each week about that Friday in May, one phone call from you and my entire world was changed. Trust that you betrayed, confusion that still lingers. Took everything I loved and crushed it in between your fingers. Now
is this what bipolar disorder feels? My high is crashing down harder than the stocks in fucking 2008. She's got me all over the place, bro.
one phone call from you and my entire world was changed. Trust that you betrayed, confusion that still lingers. Took everything I loved and crushed it in between your fingers. Bro,
the fucking lyrics. The trust that you betrayed, my whole life came crashing down with a phone call from you. We're gonna listen to it one more time because the melody is fire too. Up, down, mid.
If nightmares each week about that Friday in May, one phone call from you and my entire world was changed.
Mid.
Trust that you betrayed, confusion that still lingers. Took everything I loved and crushed it in between your fingers. And I doubt you ever think about the damage that you did, but I hold on to every detail like my life depends on it. My undying love, now I hold it like a grudge. Now I hear your voice every time that I think I'm not enough. And
Sag. Now I hear your voice every time I think how I'm not enough.
My undying love, now I hold it like a grudge. Now I hear your voice every time that I think I'm not enough. And I try to be tough.
Hey, yo, I keep on pausing it, but these first 8 bars are so crazy, bro. My emotions feel like when I'm joking around with my parents as a kid, and then all of a sudden those jokes turn into a lecture, and they start getting mad all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh, all right, well, I guess we're off the high then. I guess I'll just take this fucking lecture and shove it up my ass. That's what it feels like coming off of the last song, where it's all bright and we're joking around and we're having fun, and then it turns into a lecture, and then I'm like, fuck!
Try to be tough, but I wanna scream. How could anybody do the things you did so easily? And I say I don't care, I say that I'm fine, but you know I can't let it go. I've tried for so long. It takes strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong.
It takes strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong. It's so crazy.
I've won against you in my head, in the shower, in the car, and in the mirror before bed. Yeah, I'm so tough when I'm alone.
The arguments that I've won in front of you, in the shower, in the car, and when I'm in bed. Y'all ever think about that? Y'all ever do something that's mad cringe and then now you think about it every day until you die? Or you think about something that like I should have said this and like what kind of butterfly effect on my life would if I said that have had?
Hurt people, and we both drew blood. But man, those cuts were never equal, and I try to be tough.
Man, we both drew blood, but the cuts were never equal is so fucking crazy. The hurt people is cringe because people been saying that since Shakespearean days. But the hurt people is a bar. Not that one, the bar right after.
Try to be tough, but
her production is so fire.
Anybody do the things you did so easily? And I say I don't care. I say that I'm fine, but you know I can't let it go. I've tried for so long. It takes strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong.
Ooh, those violins, that string like build up right until the shoot. And it just goes away.
It takes strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong. Ooh, do you think I deserved it all?
Could you imagine her performing this song like live? Let's just say she has to perform a song at the Grammys and then she just like is in this like gorgeous, just like fitted dress. Very classy as fuck. She's got like a 20-piece string orchestra behind her, and then like she's got a pianist, and that's it. Could you imagine the level of emotion that she would provide in this song?
You have everything, and you still want more. Try to be tough.
It's those rises, bro.
Mean, but even after all this, you're still everything to me, and
I try to be tough and mean, but you're still everything to me.
But you know I can't let it go. I've tried for so long. Takes strength to forgive.
This is very Billie Eilish right here. With like a very quiet whisper, but she can still hit the airy note. Oh man, that was a track right there. Another 9er, maybe 9.5, maybe 10. That might be a perfect song in Olivia Rodrigo's catalog. That's probably right up there with Driver's License, but even more impactful because Driver's License is a very young type of track, right? Like you can, like, it's about young love. She just got her driver's license and now she drives down the street that he was supposed to teach her how to drive on. Like, it's sad, but that is very, it's not a universal sentiment. It's very, this fits in this part of life when you were getting your driver's license. But this song is very universal. You could feel like this at any point in your life. Yeah, that's a perfect song for her. Pretty Isn't Pretty. This sounds like Post Malone's new album, if I'm being honest with you.
Trying to cover up my face. Bought a new prescription.
That echo out was insane right there. Like that.
Bought a new prescription. Something in the mirror that I think looks wrong.
Damn. I think I'm Olivia Rodrigo stan.
And I try to ignore it. It's everything I see. It's on the poster on the wall. It's in the shitty magazines. It's in my phone. It's in my head. It's in the boys I bring to bed. It's all around. It's all the time. I don't know why I even try when pretty isn't.
Bro, this is a...
What do you do?
That song was gorgeous, bro. That song was gorgeous. Who's Tai Tai? Ghost Dog? You talking about Taylor Swift? Her and Taylor Swift couldn't be more opposites in sound. Like, I can see, like, I mean, they're pop girls, so I can see, like, if you don't listen to pop, your ear's not honed enough to know the difference. But this album sounds nothing like Midnight's. All of their songs are relationship inspired. I mean, yeah, but that's an easy cop out because most songs that aren't rap are going to be relationship inspired. And to be honest, like 4 of the songs here, even if they are relationship inspired, they're not driven. The song isn't about the relationship. The song is about the person, her growing through the relationship. This song isn't even about a relationship at all. Yeah, I don't even know if there's an artist that I can compare to Olivia Rodrigo. Billie Eilish is definitely has more diversity in production style, but that's because her brother is Phineas. All my homies think Olivia entirely the same. Respectable, but you could say that about most music. You can say that about rap music too. Like where you say that every song here is about love and broken hearts and things, you can say that every rap track is about guns and violence and drugs. But then you would have the people who like rap coming back to you and saying you obviously don't listen to enough music to know. You only listen to what you hear. Because we know that rap has variety in it, but if you're looking from the outside looking in, you're going to be like, oh, it's all about drugs and guns and violence and that type of shit. All right, I think we're on our last track, Teenage Dream. Let's see what we got.
When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? When am I gonna stop being a pretty young thing that guys?
See what I mean? Like this song is already introspective. When am I going to stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? You probably got to wait till you're like 30. No one is saying that a 20-year-old is wise because you've only been alive for 20 years. There's no way that a 20-year-old is as wise as you are right now. On average, like you might be an outlier and you're just wise, but for the entire age group, you're wiser than most 20-year-olds. So you're wise beyond your years. Because wisdom takes experience, and you're not experienced at 20 years old.
I'll blow out the candles, happy birthday to me. Got your whole life ahead of you, you're only 19. But I fear that they already got all the best parts of me.
Bro, I fear that they already got the best parts of me. You see what I mean? Again, like not love driven, this song at all. This song is seriously about her and the world's expectations of her. Like the fear that they already got the best parts of me. That's what I mean. Like you don't have a traditional 20-year-old experience. Like when you're 20 years old, you're supposed to be learning and getting up from when you fall. And then 30s is when you're supposed to be like, all right, I figured it out. Let's start building for the future. You don't get that experience when you're Olivia Rodrigo.
When are all my excuses of learning my lessons gonna start to feel sad? Will I spend all the rest of my years wishing I could go back?
Damn, bro. When will all my excuses start to sound sad? Like, bro, now you're just making excuses. Like she wants to be wise. She wants to just be wise. But when you're just wise, it means that you're older and you're like wise for your age group. But now that you're older, you're no longer allowed to make the excuses for the shit that you've been doing. Because it's like, bro, grow the fuck up already. Now you're older.
Got your whole life ahead of you, you're only 19. But I fear that they already got all the best parts of me. And I'm sorry that I couldn't always be your teenage.
I'm sorry that I couldn't always be your teenage dream is so crazy. It's crazy because like everybody who grew up in the spotlight, that image of the perfect teenager or whatever, like it gets shattered every fucking time. Justin Bieber, image was shattered when he started to become an adult and started going through like the stumblings of a 20-year-old. Britney Spears, image shattered when she had her mental breakdown. Justin Timberlake, image shattered whenever Janet Jackson had the nipple out at the Super Bowl. Rihanna, image shattered whenever she started to make more adult music. The only one whose image is still intact, I feel like, is Taylor Swift. And even then, like she's had like her image has been shattered because of the amount of writing that she does about relationships. I used to have that same like, oh, she's just in all these different relationships and she's writing about them all. But when you think about it, like most of us had mad relationships that have gone wrong and that's all we think about. And it's not fair that we've pinned that on Taylor when every artist writes about their relationships. It's just that her relationships are so in the spotlight that every time she writes about one, it's like she's writing about another relationship. God damn it. Yeah, but every song, come on. I mean, what do you want the songs to be written about? It's like a lose-lose for people like Taylor and Olivia and people that write their own songs, because if you have a songwriter that writes the song for you, yeah, you could write about whatever. But when you write your own songs, it's like a double-edged sword. You don't write your songs, people don't give you the credit because they're like, she's not a songwriter. You do write your own songs, and then people are like, She talks about the same thing her life every time and experiences in love. Like, what else do you expect them to write about? I mean, The Weeknd also writes about majority of relationship songs, but his shit don't sound the same. His shit does sound the same. Basil, I don't know if you realize. And it's intentional. It's intentional because we're in the middle of a trilogy right now. If you go and listen to After Hours, like that entire album sounds the same. It's all synth pop. Album sounding the same and different as a whole career feeling the same way. But still, there's not a single Taylor Swift album that sounds the same. I don't know if you're aware. Like, have you listened to her albums? You're only listening to the songs that are on the radio, and you have the preconceived notion, like I did, and like everybody does. Most of Taylor Swift's albums sound different. The only albums that sound the same are maybe Folklore and then the one right after. Like Midnight's doesn't sound like Reputation, and 1989 doesn't sound like Fearless, and Taylor Swift doesn't sound like Midnight's. Like, there is growth over time. It's easy to say that everything sounds the same when you listen to what's made the radio. I've had to defend The Weeknd's singles because people who don't listen to The Weeknd are like, all of his songs sound the same. They're all about doing drugs. They're all about being toxic. They're all about abusing, disposing of women, because they really are. But we know as fans of The Weeknd and like dissect The Weeknd's music that it's not about that. On the surface level, it is, but underneath, there's a level of pain and distrust of women and feeling like you don't belong to anybody or feeling like you're not worthy of love. There's a very deeper undertone to The Weeknd, but if you listen to surface level, it's all the same.
They all say that it gets better the more you grow. Yeah, it gets better, but what if I don't know? They all say it gets better the more you grow. Yeah, they all say that it gets better, but what if I don't know?
Bro, this is a crazy fucking end of the fireworks show ending to the album. The drummer is going stupid. It's such a crazy end of the album because it's a crazy pivotal moment in like her career. You know? It's almost like, damn, is that her as a kid? Fire, bro. Fire way to end the album. I feel like that track is a very pivotal moment in her career because it's basically like it's her letting you know she's not going to be that teenage dream for forever. This is me letting you know right now, before we even get to album 3, that don't expect me to be that innocent girl. And already she has like an edge about her that other pop stars don't. Her music alone is enough to make you feel like, okay, she's going to grow. But this is her straight up coming out and saying, don't put this unfair expectation of me to be this American dream because that's just not the way life works type shit. That's a fire ending to that album, yo. Oh man, 1 to 10 on the album. What are we looking at, ladies and gentlemen? We're probably going to be looking at 8.7, in my opinion, 8.7. I'd even let you go as high as a 9, but there's definitely 8s and maybe like a 7 in here where I'm like, not every song is a 9, so there's no way I could give it a 9. I'd be willing to give it 8.5. 8.5. If you go 9, I understand, but me at my big age, like some of these songs don't necessarily hit for me. Just because it's not like I'm not a 20-year-old girl. It's an impeccable album. It's gonna be up there for one of the albums of the year for sure. Is there an album that's dropped this year that would be comparable? Post Malone, Utopia. Basil, it's crazy. It's crazy coming from a Travis Scott fan that you think that all of Taylor Swift's music sounds the same. Because up until Utopia, all of Travis Scott's music has sounded the same. Basil, I'm talking about I know that they're different. I'm talking about from somebody from the outside looking in. See, right now, you sound like someone who's defending Travis Scott as a Travis Scott fan, where I'm presenting the argument as someone who doesn't listen to Travis Scott and how I'm going to tell you that all the albums sound the same. We've topsy-turvied the conversation. You sound like me now trying to defend Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo. You see how that works? You see how like it's easy to generalize? That's it though for the album review. Loved it. Shit was gas. Definitely like an 8.5, 8.7 for me. And definitely going to get the Grammy nod, as she should. She is a force in pop music now. But other than that, catch y'all guys later.